If you were really curious about what's inside the box when you purchase an XYZ Pro printer, but you didn't want to spend the $300, now you don't have to worry, because I'm going to open it up and tell you what's inside for free. Unless there was an ad before this video. Then it's going to cost you about 15 seconds. Now that we're inside, we can see that a lot of the stuff is actually here on top, including the USB cable. This is also a Wi-Fi printer, but you will need to set up the Wi-Fi with the USB cable. It also comes with a toothbrush that I don't recommend you use, on your teeth at least, it's good for the nozzle, and it also has what looks like a tent stake that you will actually use if your nozzle clogs to push material down closer to the tip. You also have this very thin brush that you'll use to clean the extruder gears from time to time. And then you have these two weird objects which will cover up the handles if you want to seal up the printer even more so it can maintain a more consistent hotbed temperature. These little things are what you would use to insert up the nozzle of the printer, although you should not hold on to them because presumably the printer will be hot, to help clean out any clogs that form near the tip of the printer. And then you have a spatula that I don't recommend you use for cooking breakfast, but to pull anything off the print bed. You have a packet with a lot of papers and documents, a driver CD which belongs in the trash, and you get 3 included sheets of tape that you can put on the print bed, although pay attention to which orientation you put them on with because they are not square. With everything on top out of the way, let's get to the actual printer itself. Just kidding, the power cable. You've got 3 styrofoam blocks on the top, and fortunately, they don't make you have to lift up this heavy printer out the top and hunch over it and break your back. Instead, what you can do is simply just lift the box up. The only thing attaching the top and sides of the box to the bottom were those 2 straps earlier. This cardboard thing at the back that had the power cable in it also comes with an included 600 grams of filament. I've only purchased one of them, and I've used up a couple, but I think this demonstrates just how many XYZ Pro printers I've unboxed. This is just the first one I've gotten around to recording. With it out of the plastic bag, we can start undoing some of the tape and undoing some of the packaging on the inside. It seems like every single panel has a plastic sheet on it for protective reasons. And once you've finished peeling all of those off, we can actually start freeing up the internals of the printer itself. I do want to give a lot of credit to XYZ for packaging this printer well enough that it can survive shipping pretty well. For a fully assembled 3D printer, this is definitely one of the most well put together for shipping that I've seen. This white clip you find at the back is what you use to hold one of your cartridges in place, although this is only what you would use for XYZ branded filament. If you're using another brand's filament, you'll probably just want to 3D print your own spool holder. There's multiple different kinds of foam inside that you'll have to pull out, and it's a little bit of a puzzle trying to figure out which piece has to come out in which order, but if you just follow along, you should be able to get it no problem. Moving to the top, there's a couple straps of tape and a couple more foam blocks. There's a white tag that says "Do not remove." Remove the white tag, but make absolutely sure not to cut the white zip tie next to it. When you come across red zip ties, do remove those. It may feel like you're defusing a bomb, but at least with the printer unplugged from a power source, it's unlikely to explode. With these orange tabs that keep the nozzle from moving side to side, you lift up in the front and push down in the back. At this point, the nozzle should move side to side, but it will not move front to back, because there is another red zip tie buried underneath. And with that last red zip tie out of the way, and of course another foam block, now we can move the nozzle forward and get this cardboard out that keeps the build plate from going up. I find personally that my bottom layer has to be printed about 50% slower for good adhesion when using the included XYZ tape, which is why I just used my own 2090 3M tape. Hopefully you found this unboxing super useful if you're trying to find where that last foam block is on your printer or why it's not working out of the box. If you're interested in more 3D printing videos or computer builds, then make sure to subscribe and check out some of the other videos. Thanks again, see you in the next one.